They?
This looks like a standard fighter jet, but it's actually different. They've done a lot of things to reduce the number of parts and cut down manufacturing costs, without sacrificing the plane's strength and performance. Very cost-effective. You could make 3 planes for the price of 2 this way.
Who's this they you're referring to?
North Ossia Grunder Industries. Formerly the South Belka Munitions Factory, run by the Belkan government.
But Ossia has taken over that land now. South Belkan technology is being used for Ossia. Why does Yuktobania have this?
Good question. Actually, speaking of Belka, Ossia recruited some Belkan flying aces after the war 15 years ago to strengthen our Air Force. You know about this?
No. Really?
An aggressor squadron comprised entirely of Belkan aces. Our old enemy. Well, that's the rumor anyway. Even an old fox like me isn't sure they exist. I bet the current administration isn't even aware of the story.
Before the Ossian ground forces can proceed into the Yuktobanian capital of Sinigrad, they'll have to deal with Kruik Fortress directly in their path. The robust defense of this fortress has stalled the advance of our armies for the past 5 days. If this situation continues for much longer, it will give Yuktobania time to complete preparations for a counterattack. We need to take the fortress and enable our ground forces to reach the enemy capital as quickly as possible. To do this, we will launch an air attack on Kruik Fortress. Our last attack sortie fell prey to their anti-aircraft guns and air defense fighters. Deal a decisive blow.
Captain, which plane should I use? We may not be able to deal with ground enemies in this formation. Are we still launching like this? Wardog, launch.
Pilots, check your plane and prepare for refueling. 1 mile to refueling craft. To refueling craft. 500 yards to go. Yards to go. 50 yards to go. Please, maintain your current flight path. Nicely done, Blades. Commencing refueling.
King Cobra to Able. Today we're gonna do it! This is Able. Don't be stupid. Can't you see that wall in front of us? We're getting air support from Sand Island today. Roger that. I'll tell everyone now.
Lieutenant Colonel, the enemy sent this message to our armies. This fortress will not be captured. Go back to your country. All right, then. Let's finish this up quick so we can get home to our families.
Edge engaging.
Archer, engaging.
Maintain your heading. Don't get caught in our engine. Allied forces in the air, listen to me. If the ground forces are wiped out, this operation will fail. We need to place top priority on eliminating the threat to our ground forces. We're counting on you. Watch out for enemy planes. We're dealing with the Rosgrees here. I'm sick of looking at this place, but after today, I won't have to. You know the Sand Island squadron above us? Supposedly they're the Rosgrees we keep hearing about. Our truck's been blown off! We can't maneuver! King Cobra, get out while we can still provide cover. Radio intercept team! Does the enemy have something hidden up their sleeve? Our air support's from Sand Island, so don't worry about a thing. I see it. The Coliseum is still in operation. This is the third attempt. Remember, there will be no fourth time. Enemy ground forces advancing. Another large-scale offensive. This is the third time. It's not ready for takeoff. Remaining aircraft will follow shortly.
I can't believe we have to capture a fortress this huge. Enemy facility confirmed destroyed.
That fortress wall is pretty high. It'd be a blast to break it down. Literally. If we break through here, the capital's just ahead. Sorry, no visitors allowed. Run along home now.
The captain shot down a bandit.
Damage. Club Adder and Mamba teams heavily annihilated. Remaining force at 70%. Allied planes overhead. This is the Fertile Lands Armored Brigade. Requesting orders to penetrate the fortress. All right, roger that. Air support is with us. All Fertile Lands units, forward. HQ to 1st Platoon. Move forward. Here they come. I've been waiting for this. Break through. We're broken through the southern fortress wall. Roger. Nice work. First barrier cleared. Wow, in record time, too. We have a great view on all sides from here. They can target us no matter where we are. This fortress has turned out to be full of surprises. Defense network destroyed! Damn it! These guys are unstoppable! Keep your takeover roll short. Begin launch. Climb as steep as you can the moment you're airborne.
forces are under intense fire. Enemy tank confirmed destroyed.
This is Tarantula. We're halfway through the fortress.
If things keep going like this, we just might pull it off this time.
Enemy tanks advancing out of fortress gate.
That was a ricochet.
March 2! March 2!
Just machine gun rounds. These guys are even better than I imagined.
These pilots are good. They've got some sharp moves.
Those guys can attack from any position. Don't let your guard down. The enemy's exposing the flank. Fire! Don't miss! Not even the Rosecrees would be able to dodge these missiles. The ground forces are inferior. They might just overrun us this time.
Looks like we'll be able to enjoy the new year with our families, thanks to Sand Island.
He's shooting!
Archer, Fox 2.
Half our squad is wounded. How are we supposed to go on fighting? Reinforcements will be here, I promise. Just hold out until then.
HQ, we're at the northern fortress wall. We're breaking through.
At this rate, we'll be able to make up for all that lost time.
This is Kirkland. We're at the fortress exit. Should we go outside? Please advise. The majority of our forces are...
Roger. We'll hold position here and contact you later. Hold off the enemies outside for us until then.
The enemy's radio chatter is getting frantic. The enemy keeps going on about this Rosecrees thing. Up against the Rosecrees? It's hopeless. This has to be some kind of ploy. The Rosecrees don't really exist. What's holding up the business quadrant? I've heard of the 4 wings of Sand Island, but I only see 3. Don't you know? Only good little boys can see the 4th one.
Continuing close air support.
The captain's missile missed. Target hit. Sam, confirm destroyed.
Lure them over here. I'll attack from both sides.
This guy's good.
Can anyone get in contact with Raji? Leave the bomb disposal to the engineers. We have a different job to do.
The captain is out of special weapons reserve. This is Fairlands. We've lost several units. We can't stay here. Is it safe to move outside? Roger. We're exiting the fortress now. Fairlands, advance at full speed.
Bust through here like you're gonna run all the way to Cinegrad. Push them back all the way to Alred.
Continued resistance. I can't believe they're still holding up. Enemy tank confirmed destroyed.
Those guys are gonna blow away the entire fortress. Help us! It's the Rosecrees!
Enemy tank confirmed destroyed.
I evaded the missile.
Damn it! Another one went down!
I shot him down. All right, come on, keep going.
Enemy tank confirmed destroyed.
Captain has just a few missiles left.
The captain's missile impacted the target.
Hang in there! We can still win this!
Fox 2, Fox 2.
We made it! Another fortress wall! Take it down! We skewered them!
Excellent. Hey, send a message back to the enemy. This fortress has been successfully captured. We're going back to our country real soon.
The so-called impregnable fortress fell in half a day, and the momentum of the Osean army had reached a peak. Its final stronghold lost, the Yuktubanian army was setting up a barricade in the urban area up ahead. The next battle could see a lot of bloodshed, with innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. However, the men and officers of the Osean army were optimistic. They thought, as long as the 3 fighters from Sand Island were taking part in the action, things would turn out all right. They have become the center of the army's strength now.
Squadron, this is Thunderhead. Fly to the Taker for refueling. There is an Allied squadron to the east of your position. They'll guide you to the Taker for air refueling. Good work, people. We're one step away from the enemy's capital. We can win this as long as you're with us. I can feel it.
Those enemy pilots we fought today. I can't imagine how wonderful it would be to fly with them in peacetime.
Yeah.
War Dog, this is the 8492nd Squadron. Can you see us? It'll be an honor for us to escort you heroes. Let's go on.
Yeah. But I'm still wondering what Captain Chopper was doing when... Enemy ECM! Wait a second. An escort plane. Oh no!
The 8492nd Squadron doesn't exist!
Someone in the Army's trying to lead us into a trap. Just like back at the stadium.
Thunderhead! Thunderhead, respond!
Unmarked planes inbound. Hey, is that their voice on the radio?
Must destroy them. Can't let them in this war.
Roger. Surround them and attack from all directions.
The 8492nd Squadron aren't Uktobanian spies?
8492. 8492. I know I've heard that somewhere before. That's right. Thanks. When we were helping the president's emergency landing, it was the 8492nd who took our place.
Yeah, you're right.
War Dog Squadron, this is Thunderhead. Fly to the Taker for refueling. There is an Allied squadron to the east of your position. They'll guide you to the Taker for air refueling. Good work, people. We're one step away from the enemy's capital. We can win this as long as you're with us. I can feel it.
Those enemy pilots we fought today. I can't imagine how wonderful it would be to fly with them in peacetime.
Yeah.
War Dog, this is the 8492nd Squadron. Can you see us? It'll be an honor for us to escort
Would it surprise you if I said that President Harling is nowhere to be found within the capital?
Not really. The hardline war Osea is waging right now hardly resembles the peace policy the President was promoting. Let me guess. He disappeared just before we invaded Yuktobania, right?
Exactly. My journalist friends told me that nobody's seen him enter or leave the office since. All of his decisions are communicated through the Vice President. And it gets better. A lot of the military officers that resigned over disagreement with the President's arms reduction plan have started to return to the capital.
I found out something myself. That Belkan aggressor force I was telling you about. Apparently they're called the 8492nd Squadron. Also, and here's the kicker, Captain Hamilton, the adjutant base commander here, used to be assigned to the 8492nd.
What?
Oh, they're back.
There's no point in talking to that blockhead commander. He treated our president like an idiot just because he wanted peace.
What about his adjutant, Captain Hamilton?
Roger that. The captain and I will go see him. Grim, you go let Jeanette and Pops know.
Right. Be careful.
What? Nagase and the captain went to see Hamilton?
What is it? Did I do something wrong?
Let's hurry.
You got it.
We don't have time to warn the captain in Nagase. We'll have to talk to the base commander ourselves.
Thank you for coming, Second Lieutenant. I was just thinking about calling you over.
Me?
Special Forces Second Lieutenant Peter N. Beagle. Or I guess you prefer Pops. 15 years ago, you and Bartlett were shot down over enemy terrain. Bartlett's Squadron HQ was destroyed, and all of its data was fried by Belka's magnetic pulse weaponry. When you made it back to the Allied front lines, it was Bartlett's word that convinced them that you were his squadron leader. Is that really true? Bartlett turned out to be a spy. So, who are you really? Can't prove anything about your military record, can you?
This way!
Arrest them on sight! They're spies! Shoot them if you have to!
Hamilton's got the base commander deceived, too.
I punched that guy's lights out. That bastard was wearing a major's insignia on his shoulder.
I don't know who it is, but someone's trying to widen the rift between the two countries and keep this war going. If Osea continues to win, then the war will be over.
And they're after us to prevent that? You're kidding!
You people are the pillar of morale for the entire Osean army now.
And now you know something you were better off not knowing. The President's disappearance.
Listen, Pops, who exactly are you?
It's no good. They seized our planes in the hangars.
Hangar C in the rear probably isn't so heavily guarded.
Yeah, but over there's nothing but...
We'll escape with my training jets. Good thing I maintain all my planes well, eh? Let's try it. Jeanette, you take the seat behind me.
getting